Welcome to Domi Online.
Hi everyone! Today I'll show you my first day of playing Domi Online that just released their alpha version of their game. It is a very unique MMORPG game that I have followed every day since the end of 2021, so I am beyond stoked to be able to finally try it out. The game is unique in that way that it has no level cap, no skill cap, so you can become as strong as you want in the game. Dying in the game though has major consequences of you losing items and levels, so this is a hardcore MMORPG game, somewhat of a mix between Runescape with Elden Ring consequences upon death. I was one of the fortunate ones to get my hands on an alpha key to be able to play the alpha version of the game. I am not sponsored or paid in any way to make this video, this is just me sharing my first 7 hours of playing the game with you all. I will upload a lot more Domi Online content on these socials here, so take a look at those if you want to see more. Alright, let's jump into the game. I create an account and then I start making my own character. I am selecting the warrior as my first character. Here we can see some different customization options and then I create. Alright, we have officially landed in Domi Online. Let's first see the controls. Okay, so looking around, jumping, moving around. Down here I would assume is the abilities toolbar. We have a healing spell and illuminate. Let's try the illuminate one. Opening the inventory. Here we have a bunch of different windows we can open. The equipment window, we have stats, we have the ability list. Here we can see the different skills as well, alchemy, cooking, fishing, player level. We have the quest list with all the quests. And in the settings tab we can see some different options here. I went over to the tutorial NPC, let's see what he says.
Welcome to Domi Online and to Nemu Island. Before I ship you over to the mainland, let me teach you the basics. In this world, your power is determined by two factors, your player level and your skill levels. For a warrior such as yourself, every successful hit on an enemy mob or enemy player counts towards increasing your strength skill level, which, together with your weapon damage, determines your damage output.
And then to prove my worth, I had to kill a gecko. I got a minnow as a reward, which I then proceeded to cook on the fire. Then I was asked to go loot this chest, which had some armor for me, which I equipped. I also tried taking a shortcut back by swimming, which ended up with me drowning myself. Well. Then I was sent to the main island, and here we are. Let's first open the map and look around. It is quite huge, I must say. The first thing I did was run to the water again and try fishing. But I need to be fishing skill level 20 to be able to fish these shrimps. And I need to get myself a rod as well somehow. And me, learning nothing from my past drowning experience, saw these beautiful fishes and did what anyone would do, I think. And after a quick dip with the fishes, I was back on track running into town. So here is the first time I'm entering the city walls of Stanfield. Very cozy feeling, I must say. I can see a few NPCs, Lana here selling fishing stuff. Then I went down to the castle in the middle of Stanfield. I run around some more in Stanfield before I make my way to the warrior trainer that have a quest for me. I also see here that I probably buy my abilities here from him as a warrior. Alright, off we go to slay 20 wolves. I found the wolves and got through the quest quite easily. I'm now level 3, so I bought the Thorn spell for Warrior. I also did some parkour here in the nearby area. Then I ventured out to explore again. I found a forest banshee that did quite a lot of damage to me. Looks like my new thorn spell here is helping me out quite a lot. And here we go. Quite a lot of silver actually. And now with the silver I headed straight back into town to buy that fishing rod and try out fishing. So I headed back to Lana and bought myself a rod, some net and some worms. I went to the coast where it said minnow, put on my fishing rod and started fishing. It was just me walking up to this place, clicking F, and the character began fishing. And eventually I got my first minnow and reached fishing level 4. I then proceeded to fish quite a lot more and then cooked all my minnows. I found another NPC, Satha, that sold a few items. I purchased an empty vial so that I can try out the alchemy as well. There is also a bank in Stanfield where you can store your stuff. I ventured out again to explore and I found some really cool monsters that I could slay. And some tougher ones up on Yeti Mountain. I then ran over to Aliwan Misar, another place which was beautiful with some unique monsters. I kept going and slayed an orc that dropped me this ring. It looks quite strong actually. I went further into the swamp and saw a lot of stuff in there. I encountered a bear pack that I thinned out quite heavily. And then I proceeded to walk around in the wooded area of the south. And made it to the highest hill there that I could find to get myself some views. When I got back to the city, I found another NPC, the blacksmith, which seems to sell some armor and repair different items.
What are you here for? Come on, hand it over.
During my first day I went to a lot of places, but there are still a lot to explore. Perhaps I'll try to swim out to some islands as well and try some of these narrow pathways. I don't know what I will find there. And that was my first 7 hours of playing Domi Online. Of course there was a lot here that I did not show you in this video that I think you should go and explore for yourself when you get the chance. I had a really great time playing Domi Online and I will for sure play some more. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.